Pope Leo XIV has sent ripples through the faithful, not with sweeping reforms, but with a single, reverent gesture. On July 3, he knelt down next to a little girl at the Vatican summer camp, listening intently as she shared a homemade drawing. This isn't just a tender photo op, it's a theological statement in action, a reminder that to change our world, we must first bend low, with humility, and see through the eyes of children. In today's unfolding story, we explore why this moment resonates globally, and how it challenges us to become small, yet powerful. The symbolic gesture. In a world too often driven by power and posturing, Pope Leo XIV offered a countercultural image that is quietly revolutionary, kneeling beside a child. It happened during a Vatican summer camp visit, when he stooped down, literally, to admire a little girl's handmade drawing. But this was more than a photo opportunity. It was a spiritual gesture. He mirrored the very words of Christ, "Let the little children come to me." In that moment, Pope Leo reminded the world's leaders that true greatness lies in humility, and that to lead with wisdom, we must first lower ourselves in love. Summer camp encounter. On July 3, in the Grand Paul VI Hall, Pope Leo XIV spent time not with dignitaries or cardinals, but with over 600 children. Among them were Ukrainian refugees, campers from conflict zones, and the Vatican's own youth. They brought drawings, laughter, and questions. He responded not with formal lectures, but with personal stories and eye-level smiles. He asked them to never forget the faces of the different, the displaced, the hurting. His presence turned a summer camp into a sacred space, one where the Church's future was not just spoken about, but sat right in front of him, drawing pictures. Childhood connection. With warmth and candor, Pope Leo XIV recalled his earliest days in the faith, not in the Vatican, but as a little boy in Chicago, rising at 6:30 a.m. to serve Mass. He learned Latin before sunrise, not out of obligation, but because he found a friend in Jesus. His voice softened as he told the children, "He became my best friend." This wasn't mere nostalgia, it was testimony. It revealed how even the seeds of a papal calling can be planted in the small, unnoticed acts of devotion. And it reminded us all, holiness begins in the ordinary, faithful routines of youth. Building bridges for peace? Pope Leo XIV didn't just speak about peace, he demonstrated how it's built, early, intentionally, and across differences. Addressing Ukrainian children and their peers, he urged them to start now in forming friendships with those who may seem unfamiliar. Peace, he said, begins when we welcome those who are different. In a world that divides quickly and often violently, the Pope offered another model, one shaped not by fear, but by hospitality. He showed that even a summer camp could become a seedbed of reconciliation if the Church is willing to let children lead the way. Photo that spoke volumes. A single image has gone viral, Pope Leo XIV kneeling beside a young girl, both smiling, yet not at the camera. She is focused entirely on him, he, on her, and the moment. This wasn't staged, it was real. In an age where photos often hide reality, this one revealed it. It captured a man of God who believes in the power of presence, of being small so that others, especially the smallest, can feel seen. This photo may outlast many speeches. It's a portrait of leadership defined not by titles or robes, but by proximity, empathy, and holy attentiveness. War's youngest victims. With quiet intensity, Pope Leo XIV turned the world's gaze to its most vulnerable victims, children in war zones. He named them without hesitation, those in Gaza, in Kharkiv, in Goma. He asked us, what if we saw the world from their level? Would our decisions change? Would our hearts break just enough to build peace instead of perpetuate violence? In his words, he echoed a deep moral truth. Reason should demand the strong protect the weak. Yet, too often, children suffer while adults wage war. This papacy insists, their cries will no longer be background noise. Expert echo, Gandhi and Brecht. To strengthen his message, Pope Leo drew from two voices far outside the Vatican, Mahatma Gandhi and playwright Bertolt Brecht. Gandhi said, if we are to teach real peace, we shall have to begin with the children. Brecht, in a grim observation before World War II, wrote, children play at war, rarely do they play at peace. Pope Leo invoked these not as passing quotes, but as urgent calls. The world teaches war too well. The Church, he insists, must become the place where peace is learned, modeled, and practiced, from the sandbox to the sanctuary. Personal pastoral style. What we're witnessing with Pope Leo XIV is not new behavior, it's consistent character. As a missionary in Peru, he was known for bending down to meet children eye to eye, to listen, to bless, to be present. He's brought that same heart to Rome. Unlike some leaders who shift with status, Leo's humility has followed him into the papacy. In image after image, he's on his knees, literally, offering a ministry that doesn't tower above, but stoops down. In doing so, he redefines papal authority, not as dominion, but as sacrificial attention. This is a pope who leads from below. Vacation with a mission. Even as Pope Leo retreats to Castel Gandolfo for a brief summer rest from July 6 to 20th, he's not withdrawing from his calling. Vatican insiders say he'll be reading key dossiers and preparing for major decisions. But the message from his recent actions is clear: no amount of paperwork can replace the power of presence. That simple kneeling moment is, in many ways, his real homework. It's the lens through which every future decision must pass. For Leo, rest isn't escape, it's preparation. His vacation comes with mission still pulsing through his heart: protect the children. Let them lead. As that photograph continues to ripple beyond the Vatican walls, we're left with a powerful question: what would our world look like if every leader, religious, political, civic, learned to kneel, to listen, to see through children's eyes? Pope Leo XIV's simple act isn't just a moment, it's a mission. Let us carry it forward, to stand firm in faith, but remain ever humble, ever small, so that humanity may grow together. Join us as we keep watching, listening, and learning from this papacy that dares to bend.